Okay, so day 6. At this point, you'll likely have been collecting information about several different learning goals, some making more sense than others. Motivation may begin to waver as you continue to work through challenges. Put one task aside as you work through another. You're going to want to continue circling back to each of these steps: brainstorming, goal setting, all of these aspects of reflecting on how you learn. And improve as you succeed in the more basic learning goals you assign yourself and begin taking on more complex learning goals moving forward. Remember that each goal might help you connect and learn more about other goals. Learning is not a start-stop process. It's a fluid development that helps you learn about you and the world around you. So be patient. Learning takes time. But if you do find yourself falling into bouts of lack of motivation, there's a concept that I want to introduce to you that might help you reflect on what type of motivation strategy you're going to want to look up. So here's the thing. If whether it's a math skill or a language analysis skill, a historical story, science concept, music, art, exercise. I mean, let's take exercise. Like, even if exercise is the thing you're trying to learn or trying to get yourself to do, or trying to improve in some way, whatever learning that you're trying to approach, there's something called a TTM, trans-theoretical model for change. Now, you don't need to know everything about this. What is really interesting about this idea to help you understand motivation so that you can help coach students and children, not in ways that you're going to use that phrase, but if you understand it, you can coach not only yourself, but coach other people in recognizing and reflecting on certain aspects of change. And all learning is change. Anytime you're learning something new, you're changing what it is that you know about something in order to learn something new. All right. So the first phase, the first stage of this particular model is pre-contemplation. It's basically just saying no. Absolutely not. I am not going to exercise. There's no point in me exercising. There's no point in learning. There's no point in changing. It's before you're even contemplating the new learning. So if you're in that stage, honestly, just being informed is enough to get you just out of that stage, increasing the importance of the cognitive dissonance. Like, explain why this is your opinion, and just get yourself to listen to a different perspective, right? I mean, if that's where you're at, that's where you need to be. If you know that there's some sort of information that's going to benefit you, but you're in this position of pre-contemplation, not engaging in regular exercise, no intention to start in the future, maybe just listening to this might give you some indication, some motivation, some sense that just listening to somebody that you trust tell you why you should consider and contemplate it is enough. The second stage is actual contemplation. When you begin to really consider that, okay, I think exercise might be good for me. Okay, sure. Maybe you agree with somebody, but you're not exercising yet. But committing to taking action maybe in the future. That's where you're at. All right. So again, education is the best part, best way to get yourself past this particular stage, increasing the importance of cognitive dissonance, maybe even using extrinsic rewards. Now, as an adult, you might be trained in saying, well, okay, if I do this, I'll get this as a reward. Well, with children and students at the K2 grade levels, that would probably be something you want to use, because cognitively they're not quite ready to really understand the impact of their behaviors on others, and reflection and understanding. Around grades 3 through 5, if you need to, because students are at this stage and they're just not doing the work or whatever, maybe you start with extrinsic rewards in order to get them past this stage, okay? And the same thing with middle school students and high school students. If you have to start at this stage and you really need to increase their awareness of their current behavioral patterns by using extrinsic rewards and gamification strategies, fine. Beyond that stage, if you can get yourself past that stage, then you're in a stage called preparation. All right? Now again, at that contemplation stage, if you can get them beyond this stage where you don't need extrinsic rewards, that's the best way. That's the best time. Now, the preparation stage. When you increase the importance and connect the extrinsic rewards that got you here to the ideas of the benefits of doing it. So like the exercise is going to make you feel good. So now you don't need something extrinsic to make you feel good because you're already starting to feel the benefits of exercise in making you feel good. You've done it enough times consistently, right? And you start to see those benefits. Now in math, yeah, it's really just like exercise. It's hard to get off the couch that first time. And then you do it again the next day and it's still hard and it's still hard and it's still hard. But as soon as it starts to get a little easier, then the intrinsic rewards start to kick in. Learning math, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And you gotta keep at it. So you're sort of in between these modes where I know I need to, but I'm not going to. Here you're in this preparation stage where you are seriously considering the exercise and have taken the steps toward the objective, right? You haven't gotten there yet, but you're getting off the couch at least. Now, that gets you to this fourth stage, the action stage. At this point, you're doing the exercise, you're doing the math, you're doing the language analysis, and you're really having the conversations, the deep conversations about growth and learning, the social influence, the gamification options. At this stage, remember, if you start in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, getting them away from that extrinsic and get them into this stage, this is where the process for self-directed learning can be instilled, so that as they get away from that need for gamification and extrinsic rewards, they can continue recognizing that pattern of learning all throughout the rest of their K-12 education and into university and career. And then that 5th stage, this is the final stage. That 5th stage is just maintenance. And there's a cycle of maintenance and action. And honestly, it's not, it's possible that you may fall back and regress, and the cycle may actually be maintenance all the way back to preparation, all the way back to contemplation. You might have that, but the longer you are in this particular cycle of action and maintenance, the longer you get used to that, then the harder it is for you to regress. So this is a really interesting model, and I think it's something that that once you recognize where you are in this process, being aware that you're in a particular stage of change, of learning, of new learning and improvement, I think that's going to help make your brainstorming, your goal setting, your strategies, your resources, how you're using it, how you're learning, how you're reflecting. I think it's really going to help you get past those bigger obstacles where it starts to feel like you just can't do it. You just can't do it. I know I should, but I'm not going to anymore. Well, getting yourself out of that, so that you, even with extrinsic rewards, so that you can wean yourself off of the extrinsic rewards, so that you are doing what you need to be doing as a new normal. It may require a new environment. You may have to make changes, and that may require you to let people in as support groups, as people that you can talk to that sort of are also going through those obstacles, that are also sharing in those challenges so that you know you're not alone. And talk about different strategies, different resources, different approaches to different challenges. All of this starts to blend into one single approach. So this is my day 6, talking about motivation, talking about getting over the obstacles, and that is a big part of being a self-directed learner.